All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Henrik Ibsen's classic play, A Doll's House. But we're not just looking at it as some dusty old piece of theater. No, we're going to treat it as an incredible case study about what personal freedom really means and the massive courage it takes to actually choose a life that's real. And this quote, this gets right to the absolute heart of the whole thing. It perfectly sets the stage for the massive conflict we're about to see unfold. This epic battle between a comfortable, perfect-looking illusion and the messy, uncertain, but truly living alternative. So let's step inside the world of the play. We open on what looks like the perfect life of Nora and Torvald Helmer. I mean, on the surface, their marriage is the picture of 19th century stability. But as we're about to find out, it's really more like a beautifully crafted, but incredibly fragile, doll's house. You see, inside this perfect house, Nora's role is, well, it's very, very specific. She isn't treated like a partner. She's treated like a possession, a cute little plaything. Her whole job is to be charming, to be obedient, and to keep up this flawless illusion, all while following the rigid, dogmatic rules set by her husband and, really, by the society they live in. And this right here, this is the battleground. It lays out the two forces that are just destined to collide. On one side, you've got the doll's house, a whole system built on rules, illusion, and just going along with things. And on the other, you have the potential for a living system, one that's all about conscious will, creation, and real freedom. This is the central clash we're going to follow. But here's the thing. Underneath Nora's cheerful, almost a puppet-like surface, she's hiding a secret. A single, powerful act of her own will that she's kept buried for years. And this, right here, is where her real story begins. That's right. Years before, when her husband Torvald was gravely ill, Nora forged her father's signature to get a loan to save him, which, by the way, was totally illegal for a woman to do back then. This one decision, which she made out of love and desperation, is the only authentic, living part of her in this world run by dogma. It was an act of pure, conscious will. And this is exactly why that secret is so dangerous. That one little act of will, an act meant to save a life, actually has the power to bring their entire fragile world crashing down. It's basically a ticking time bomb hidden right under the floorboards of the doll's house. So, what happens when that time bomb finally goes off? Well, we're about to see the exact moment that secret comes out, and the perfect, fragile order just completely collapses into chaos. So this is Torvald in his natural habitat. Before he knows the secret, his love for Nora is all these patronizing little pet names. His little skylark, his little squirrel. He sees her as this adorable, helpless little creature that he needs to protect and control. Definitely not as an equal. And then, bam, the mask rips right off. The second his reputation is on the line, his little skylark suddenly becomes a wretched woman. And just like that, his love, his entire system of order, is exposed for what it is. It was never really about his affection for Nora. It was all about his own status and what other people thought of him. And this is a perfect illustration of what dogma really is. It pretends to be all about morals and truth, but the second you challenge it, you see what it's really hiding: pure selfishness and a deep fear of losing property and status. Torvald's perfect little world shatters, and all the ethical chaos he was hiding is suddenly out in the open. But here's the incredible part. This brutal, ugly fight doesn't destroy Nora. Just the opposite. It activates her true, conscious will for the very first time. Let's look at how. Her transformation is it's incredibly fast. First, there's the crushing realization. The man she risked everything for is a total stranger to her. Second, comes the total rejection of the doll's house and the role she was forced to play. And third, the final earth-shattering decision, to leave it all behind. Now, it's so important to get this. This isn't just a story about a marriage falling apart. That famous door slam at the end of the play is a huge philosophical statement. She is consciously and deliberately choosing the terrifying chaos of the unknown over a comfortable, easy lie, all because she wants to find an authentic self. And right there, that is the birth of a living order. See, it doesn't come from following the rules or keeping up appearances. It starts with one single, courageous, conscious choice to step out of everything you know and into the complete unknown, totally ready to build something new and real from the ground up. Okay, so you might be thinking, this play was written in 1879. What does this have to do with me? Well, its central theme is absolutely timeless. So let's turn this question around and see how it might apply to our lives right now. It's a pretty challenging question, right? What are the rigid systems that you might be conforming to without even realizing it? Are there any illusions in your own life that you're holding on to just because it's comfortable or because you're afraid of what's on the other side? You know, a modern doll's house might not be a physical home at all. It could be a career path you took just to please your parents. It could be the social expectations that you feel totally trapped by. It could even be an online persona that doesn't look anything like the real you. They're all illusions that can stop you from creating a real, living order. The lesson from Nora's journey is crystal clear, and it's incredibly powerful. The goal isn't to perfectly maintain a fragile illusion. The real goal is to point your conscious will toward creating a life that is authentic and true to you, a genuine living order. But look, making a choice that profound, that's not easy. It takes real courage and it takes clarity. You kind of need a personal framework, right? A personal code that helps you make these huge, life-altering decisions and actually stick with them. It's really all about developing your own internal compass. You can think of it like an operating system for your will. It's a tool that teaches you how to make those conscious choices, how to find the courage to say no to illusion, and how to finally open that door to your own true freedom. When you boil it all down, Nora's story teaches us that true freedom isn't something that's just handed to you. It's something you have to claim for yourself, with every single conscious choice you make to walk away from illusion and toward a life that you actually build. That choice, that's the key.